So this is how I make my money. This is what this video is going to be about. There's a link in the description below to the 3 websites you're going to need to sign up to. First one's Coral, second one's smarkets, third one Profit Accumulator. So I'd probably sign up to this one first, Profit Accumulator. It's free, you don't have to buy anything. If you want to stay a part of it like I have and get full access to all the offers and stuff, then you have to pay. But just for now, don't worry, you don't need to pay anything. The offer we're going to do today is free, and you'll get access to all the tools that we need to use for free. So sign up here, click offers. Your screen might look a little different because you don't have access to them all, but basically try and find your way to the Coral offer if you can find this. If you can't, don't worry, I'm going to go through all the information anyway in this video. But this is the offer we're going to do. So here's all the relevant information. It's really important that if you do get access to this screen, like not for this offer but any offers you try and do on your own, it's really important you read all the information. You could even watch the video basically just tells you all of this, but in a video it's a lot easier. I used to watch all the videos. So all the important information here, such as like the odds for the back must be above 1.5 or above. This is decimal odds. Obviously a lot of you will be used to fractional, but decimal are the way forward for this because it's markets, like exchange websites use decimal. So second one, sign up to smarkets. Now if you're not from the UK and if you're not over 18, you're not going to be able to do these. I know America, like outlaw gambling, they'd rather you go buy a gun or whatever. So if you're not from the UK and not above 18, then you might want to watch anyway. You might learn something and you might be able to apply this to something else, like some other bookmaker in your country or whatever, if you're from a country that allows gambling. If you're below 18 in the UK, you might not do it anyway. You could do this when you get older or whatever. But for now, I'm going to assume you're over 18 and you're from the UK. So sign up to markets. Log in. You don't have to deposit any money yet, but you are going to have to deposit money on this site at some point. This is basically an exchange. This is like the opposite of a bookmaker. So rather than on an exchange, basically what you do is you bet against real people. So real people will come on here and say, I want to place this bet, does anyone want to take my bet? And someone else will come along and go, yeah, and then them two have an agreement between them. It's like betting your mate like 20 quid that something happens, like basically what's happening here. So sign up to these. The third one's going to be Coral. If you haven't heard of Coral, I don't know where you've been hiding, but you should have heard of Coral. First screen you probably see is this splash screen, like not what I'm on here, but this part right here, this square. This will probably come up in like huge form. Bet £5, get £20 in free bets. This is the bet. This is the offer that we're gonna take advantage of. So you can see on here the bet £5 and get £20 in free bets. This is the offer. So hopefully this comes up. If it doesn't, don't worry. But as long as the offer's still here, which if you're watching this video like anytime soon, it still will be. So sign up to here, go to the home screen and deposit your £5. So this is the first time you're going to deposit money. Another thing you want to do is click decimal up here. So you got fractional. This is probably what your thing's going to look like by default. You want to change all these rather than from fractions. You want them decimals so that they're the same as on here, so they match up. So once you've done that, come back to here on Profit Accumulator, and we're going to find you something to bet on. So go to the odds matching page. Now you're going to want to click filters because obviously we don't care about all these websites and stuff. So I click filters, limit the bookmaker to Coral, limit the exchange to smarkets, or if you are using Betfair, say if you've already got a Betfair account and you're more comfortable on there, feel free to use Betfair. But I'm going to be using smarkets, so if you want to follow along, do the same as me. Now the minimum odds, as we read a minute ago, were 1.5. So I'm going to type 1.5 in here. Don't worry about all the rest, none of this is really that important for this particular offer. Now for your first offer, because I know you're going to be skeptical, everyone always is, it sounds too good to be true, you're not going to want to put a lot of money into it. So you've put £5 in so far. the bulk of your money is going to go into this site's market, because this is where you're going to be betting against your bets. So to minimize the amount of money you need in here, you're going to want these numbers here to be really low. So you can see here they're all actually low anyway, they're all like 2 or 1.5 or whatever. But if we go through the pages, there's probably like a 4.75, there's probably a few higher, maybe some horse racing that's like 10 or whatever. So basically stick to the first page and just pick a number that's like, I'd stick to something that's 3 or below. I wouldn't go any higher than that. So this one here is perfect, Watford Sunderland. So if you're watching this before the Watford Sunderland game, this is the one we'll do, and you could join in the exact offer I do if you want. So click this calculator button and it loads in all the numbers automatically for you. So the lay odds are in, the lay commissions in, the back odds are in. The only thing you have to change is the bookmaker stake, because we're only going to be staking £5 because that's all that Coral require. So 5 in there. Make sure normal's selected here, because this is just a normal bet. You can see underneath qualifier or ARB. So this is a qualifier bet because you're qualifying for the free bet. So 5 in there, and then these numbers will all be worth reading. This is like what you're using the calculator for to get these numbers out. So the next step is you're going to want to go find the games, the Watford Sunderland game, on the 1st of the 4th. So that's this Saturday. So football, England, and Watford Sunderland. Now do the same on here, but this time just type the team in. And the thing we're betting on is over 2.5, so this means the bet is like there's over 2.5 goals. So if you've never bet before, this is what this means. So on here it's really easy, total goals over under, so over 2.5 is right there. You can see the odds are 2.1, which should match up with the calculator. So you can see the back odds 2.1, so you know you've got the right one here. Now on here you're going to want to find the same thing, so over under 2.5, so you're wanting over 2.5, and the odds here you need the blue number. So on Coral there's only one number because you're only betting that there's over 2.5 goals. This is a bookmaker, this is what they do. Whereas on an exchange you can bet either side of it, like I said, how you can bet against like real people. So you can bet that there's either going to be over 2.5 or you can bet that there's not going to be over 2.5. That's what these different numbers mean. And obviously the gap in the middle is like the real true odds sort of thing. So the reason we use an exchange is because we want to bet against our Coral bet. So we're betting that there's going to be over 2.5 here, so we're going to want to bet there's not over 2.5 here, which is the blue number, which it should be really obvious which number it is because the number should match. So you got 2.14, it should match this number right here. If it doesn't, just close this, refresh, find yourself a new one. So it does in our case, it matches, so this is the one we want, this blue one. Now the next step is your liability. This is the amount of money you're going to need in smarkets. So your next step is to deposit some money into here. So you're going to want to deposit say like £10, so you've got the £5.64. Now once you've got the money in, you're going to want to come here, click this, put 5 in there. Don't place the bet yet, just keep it there ready, and then check this number. So your lay stakes 4.95, 4.95. So type that into here, and now you should see your liability is £5.64, which is the exact same as what it said on here. So now if you go through this quickly of like possible outcomes, so the only possible outcomes are either this bet wins and this bet loses, or this bet loses and this bet wins. So if you consider what happens in both cases, if this one wins, it's telling you you're going to get £10.50 back, which £5.50 of that will be profit, so you're going to win £5.50. On here, if this one wins and you win £5.50, this one's obviously going to lose. So you're going to lose £5.64, so you're going to be 14 pence down, which if you look on here is exactly what it tells you will happen. If the bookmaker bet wins, you're going to be 14 pence down. Now, if this bet loses, you're going to lose £5, but you'll gain £4.95 on here. Except smarkets take 2% of all winnings, so you'll actually end up £4.85 because 2% of £5 is 10 pence, and obviously £4.95 is really close to £5, so it's roughly 10 pence you're going to lose. So you'll get £4.85 back. Obviously the difference between £4.85 and the 5 that you lost is 15 pence, so you're going to lose 15 pence. So you can see here it matches up, you're going to lose 15 pence if the exchange bet wins. So what this tells you is no matter what happens in the Watford-Sunderland game, you're going to lose 15 pence. Now this might sound like a bad thing, but the reason that we do it like this is so that we're not risking £5. Like originally when you put your £5 bet on, you might think, oh well, I don't want to risk £5. Well, what we've just done there is make it so you're not risking £5. What you've done is basically throw away 15 pence, which 15 pence hopefully doesn't matter too much to you. So trust me on this and place these bets. First, place the bookmaker bet. Get in the habit of always doing the bookmaker bet for reasons I might explain in another video maybe. So place the bookmaker bet, place the exchange bet. Now once you've done that, you should immediately on Coral get your £20 free bet. I think it gets credited as like 4 separate £5 free bets, but that's not important. All it means is you could spread it if you wanted, but we're not going to in this case. So now, once this first bet's placed, you've got your free bet. You can close this down. Now you're going to want to change the filter because for reasons I won't go into right now, you want the minimum odds to be around 4 or above for your free bet. I'm not going to go into the specifics of why I might do this in another video, or if you ask me in a comment below I'll try and explain it to you, but it's a little bit more complicated, and I don't want to make this video too complicated. You're already going to be learning a lot of new stuff, so just trust me, stick the minimum odds of about 4 in there and apply. Now, same principle as earlier, the higher the number, the more money you're going to need in here. And you might see that as a bad thing, but the higher the number, the more money you're also going to make. So if you trust this calculator, you'll see here, this is going to be a £20 free bet. You're going to make £18 on this one, on the top one. But on the 5 one, the one just below it, you'll only make £15. So you'll make less money, but you'll need less money in the exchange. So for your first one, you're not going to have a lot of money in exchange. I would stick to something around, say, like between 4 and 5. So pick one of these two maybe. For this one, I'm going to use the Real Sociedad game purely because it's football again. So a lot of people will be comfortable betting on that, and it also happens on the same day. So say if people are watching this tonight, or even tomorrow, you could get in on these 2 bets that I'm about to place, or that I'm hypothetically going to place. You could actually place them, but you'd make the money, I wouldn't. So click the calculator button again. This time, instead of being a normal bet, this one's a free bet, remember, and your stake is not returned. This is why you need the odds to be higher, because the bookmaker like Coral are not going to give you this £20 back, this free bet, like as cash. They'll only let you place the bet. So make sure this box is selected. Make sure the bookmaker stakes £20 this time, and then go find this game. So Real Sociedad vs Leganes on the 1st. Right, so once you found the game, look for the exact bet. So this one's over 3.5, which is basically the exact same as the bet we just placed, but this time instead of over 2.5, it's 3.5. So this might confuse people as well. The 0.5, basically all it means is that over 3.5 just means there's going to be 4 goals or more. They just use 0.5 because it's obviously in the middle of 3 and 4. So find it on both sites. And now you should check that the odds match up. So you've got 4.75 here on the back site on the bookmaker. So right here over 3.5 you got 4.75, that's the odds. So you can see that matches up. And on the lay site it tells you it's going to be about 5. So there you go, it's 5, it matches up. So now check what these numbers are. So first of all, go we'll cancel this because this is obviously hypothetically done now. So click this one, and you want to use your free bets in here. There should be like a drop down menu or something. If you're struggling to find this, leave a comment below, I'll help you out. but it should be really obvious. Obviously I can't do this now because I don't have free bets, and I'm also not logged in, but you want to use your free bets on this, or get them ready to place. Don't place them yet, just have them ready to place. Then select this and type in this number here, your lay stakes of £15.6. You'll see your liability is going to be £60.24, which it should tell you right here. So you'll see them numbers match up, you need it right. Then once you've got the number ready to place and you're confident that you've typed everything in right and whatnot, maybe go through what we did earlier, and like this bet wins and this bet loses, how much do you win or lose, and vice versa. I'm not going to do it here because we've just done it a minute ago, and it's basically the same thing anyway. Just trust the calculator. The calculator does this for you. So place the free bet. Once you've placed that, place the lay bet. Obviously remember, you're going to need more money deposited in here. Now you're going to need another £60 put in. Once you've done that, place this bet. Make sure this one's placed. Once they've both gone through, you're done. And once they've settled, you'll make the money. Like, there's nothing else to be done. You'll see here how much you're going to make. So this one says you're going to win £14.76, and then when you factor in the 10p you lost earlier, you're going to end up about £14.50 up. Obviously it'll only took about 10 minutes to do. It might take you a bit longer because it's your first one, but if it's not and you're used to it, it can only take like 5 or 10 minutes to do. So it's really good money. And that's it for the first bet. A lot of people would think like once you've done the sign up offers, there's not a lot to do, but there is a lot more to do. I'm going to make another video possibly on like what I do, because obviously I've done a lot of these sign up offers. So a lot of these you won't even heard of. I know like down here these will all be foreign to most people. A lot of these I haven't even done, but there's a lot of sign up offers. Once you've done these, there's a lot of other offers that are like repeatable every week. I might make videos on these in the future, we'll see. But for now, just have a look through this first one, see if you understand what's going on. And if you need help, leave a comment below. I might make a Discord channel for people to join, where I can like help you make sure the bets are right. Like, I know that the exchange is a bit complicated at first, so I could make this. I could go through these and make sure you put the right numbers in, make sure they match up or not, make people feel a little bit more comfortable about doing it. But yeah, that's it for now. Hopefully it makes sense. Hopefully you understand it a little bit.